Good afternoon, everyone. How are we all doing? I hope you're all doing fine. And welcome to today's episode 12 on What the Fitness Creatine. We're going to talk about creatine. So, why did I choose to talk about creatine today? I mean, recently there has been a surge, or a recent hype, of this long forgotten OG supplement, right, in the fitness world, the creatine. Okay, so creatine. Creatine is probably one of the most common supplements used by most bodybuilders for muscle building. Right, most of the rhetoric on its benefits were told through the grapevine and alongside its relatively affordable prices. It's no wonder that creatine is widely adopted by gym goers. For example, if you ever step foot in any supplement store, or just scrolling through any supplement site online, you've probably had an employee or a pop-up site, a pop-up ad, trying to upsell you on creatine, and if you realize that the sale is very strong, right? They'll tell you things like creatine has been scientifically proven to enhance your strength, which can lead to muscle growth. All you have to do is to pop some pills, or stir some creatine powder into your usual protein shake, and it's ready. Drink, set, grow, right? But hey, that's just what's advertised, all right? Those promise of big strength and muscle gains can't actually be true, right? Well, and I'm pretty sure along the way you might meet some people, or some other gym goers that would tell you, like, taking creatine would cause your kidneys to fall out. There has to be some form of side effects, right? Well, today I'm going to tell you that your skepticism is warranted. Okay, nobody should put anything into their body without weighing the benefits and risk. And yeah, you know, creatine does carry a few tiny side effects that you should be aware of. It's good to have questions about creatine, or whatever supplements that you're going to ingest. So to help you out, I have basically done a few research on creatine, and also based on my own experience on taking it. Today I'm gonna answer a few of those questions that you all have in mind. So before we go all into taking creatine, I'm gonna first explain to you what is creatine. Okay, so a human's body actually makes its own creatine. Okay, it is made through your kidney and liver after protein consumption. So muscles then converts creatine into creatine phosphate, which is then generated into adenosine triphosphate, your ATP, right? Which is our body's very own natural energy source, which our body uses for explosive exercises, right? And creatine is actually form of three amino acids: your L-arginine, your glycine, and your L-methionine. Right? It makes up about 1% of the total volume of the human blood. So around 95% of creatine is in the human body. In the human body is stored within the skeletal muscle, and only 5% is stored in the brain. So between 1.5 and 2% of the body's creatine stored is converted for use each day by the liver, the kidney, and the pancreas. It is transported, creatine is transported through the blood and used by parts of the body that have high energy demands, such as your skeletal muscle and your brain. So there are different forms of creatine that I use in the supplement world, including one of the most common one and the most famous one, which is your creatine monohydrate, and the other one would be your creatine nitrate, right? So supplement manufacturers have made creatine intake more efficient by providing a powdered version or a pill version for easy consumption, right? Also, something to note about: creatine supplementation should be considered complementary to consuming protein, not a replacement. That is because creatine and protein, they work in different ways. In short, creatine leads to more strength during workout, while protein leads to more muscle repair. Okay, and comes the topic of the safety and concerns. When it comes to ingesting um, creatine. Okay, what? I mean, creatine it's the safest and the most well studied supplement out there. Okay, however, there are a couple of concerns surrounding its use. First, it may cause bloating in high doses. Second, some claim that creatine is bad for your kidneys. But then again, this claim is not backed up by actual scientific evidence. So, is creatine bad for your kidneys? Well, creatine's strong safety profile is commonly overshadowed by the media reports claiming that it will harm your kidneys. A claim that currently has no scientific research to back it up. In fact, there are studies involving a variety of people of different ages have found that taking creatine supplements did not harm kidney health. The studies use doses ranging from 5 grams to 40 grams per day for a period of 5 days to 5 years. The misconception that taking creatine supplements damages your kidneys is likely existed because creatine is known to increase creatinine levels above the normal range. Um, Creatinine is a poor marker for kidney damage, right? Taking creatine creatine has ever been shown to be safe in people consuming high protein diets, which have also wrongly linked to kidney damage. And recently, there has been a study in people with type 2 diabetes, right? Now, we all know that type 2 diabetes can damage your kidneys and actually most of the organs. They actually found that taking 5 grams of creatine daily for 12 weeks did not impair kidney functions. However, because studies are limited, people with impaired kidney functions or kidney disease should always check with their healthcare providers before taking creatine supplements. All right. And the other thing is, like what I've mentioned earlier, it may cause bloating, and this is one of the most common complaint associated with taking creatine supplement. Is basically stomach discomfort due to bloating. Right. This feeling of being bloated or having you know uncomfortable stomach aches most often occurs when you first start taking this supplement during the creatine loading phase. This loading phase entails taking a large amount of supplement over a short period of time to saturate your muscle stores. A typical regimen would involve taking roughly 20 grams to 25 grams for 5 to 7 consecutive days, right? So during the loading phase, creatine also tends to pull water into your muscle cells, resulting in weight gain. And because of that, this may cause bloating. Okay, this bloating does not affect everyone. However, you can take precaution to avoid it by keeping your doses to 10 grams or less per single serving. Furthermore, you can always split your doses equally throughout the day to avoid taking too much at one time. The supplement, well, basically, it doesn't matter, right? You can take your creatine anytime throughout the day. Timings is not necessary, to be honest. The supplement has also, creatine has been linked to other side effects like stomach complaints such as diarrhea, general upset. So it's pretty much as with bloating. You can reduce your risk of developing the symptoms by limiting your creatine doses to 10 grams of less. Okay, so those are just a few of the minor side effects that creatine can offer. Yeah, creatine can give you. Okay, now let's move on to the benefits. Okay, so creatine is one of the most popular and effective supplements for enhancing exercise performance. Right? It has also been studied for its other potential health benefits, such as healthy aging and improve your brain functions. Okay. Now let's talk one of the main benefits, like why bodybuilders love taking them, right? Or just any gym goers who love taking them, right? Because it may help to increase muscle size and strength, right? So taking creatine supplement provides your muscles with extra fuel, allowing you to exercise harder for longer, right? This extra energy has been shown to increase muscle size, strength, and power. It may also reduce muscle fatigue and enhance recovery. For example, taking this supplement has been shown to increase strength, power, and sprint performance by 5 to 15% compared to those who don't take them. All right. Creatine is one of the most effective supplements for people who does high intensity and repetitive sports and activities such as bodybuilding, combat sports, powerlifting, track and field events, soccer, football, hockey, um, sprinting, or even swim sprinting. All right. Now, the other benefit, second benefit, would be it helps to fight muscle loss in older adults. Okay, creatine can actually help to slow down sarcopenia. What's that? The progressive loss of muscle strength and function that often occurs naturally when we age. The condition is estimated to affect roughly 5 to 13% of community dwelling adults aged 60 years old and above. All right. It has been linked to physical disabilities, poor quality of life, and an increased risk of death. All right. Several studies in older adults have found that taking this supplement in combination with weightlifting may benefit muscle health. There is a review. The reviews of studies found that taking creatine supplements help older people to build more muscle mass over time. You know, so within that review, the participants who took creatine supplement and actually trained resistant weight 2 to 3 times per week for a duration of 7 to 52 weeks, and as a result, they gain 1.4 kg more lean muscle mass than those who only does weight training, and they don't take any creatine supplements, right? And another review in aging adults found similar results, observing that taking creatine may help boost the effects of resistant training compared with doing resistant training alone. All right. The last benefit, well, then again, there are a lot of benefits, but I'm just going to share three. Okay. The last one would be it can help to improve your brain functions like what I've mentioned earlier. All right. Taking Taking creatine supplement has been shown to increase the levels of creatine in the brain by 5 to 15%, which may improve brain functioning. This is thought to occur through increased oxygen delivery and energy supply to the brain. A review of 6 studies involving 280-ish healthy people look at the effects of taking creatine supplements on particular aspect of brain function. They found that taking 5 grams to 20 grams daily for a period of 5 days to 6 weeks may improve short-term memory and intelligence or reasoning. Some people have suggested that taking this supplement may slow cognitive decline linked to neurodegenerative disease, such as Parkinson's and Huntington disease. However, research in humans has failed to find any benefits. Okay, so you may ask, how do I take it? What are the doses? Okay, so creatine supplement usually comes in powder form, which is one of the best form. All right, it's way better than the pill form. All right, you can drink it by mixing with water, juice, or your protein shake. Take it whenever it's convenient for you. Timing, like I said earlier, timing isn't important at all. All right, now based on my experience, there are 2 dosing regimens that you can follow. This is just what I've done over the years, and I'm going to share with you. So the first option is what we call creatine loading, right? It involves taking 20 grams to 25 grams. We split it to 4 to 5 equal doses over 5 to 7 days. After you finish the loading phase, you then reduce the amount. You take 3 grams to 5 grams per day to maintain your muscles stored of the compound. Now, the second option is to skip the loading phase and directly start with the maintenance dose of 3 to 5 grams daily. Now, both options are equally effective, but following the loading protocol, it will allow you to experience the supplement's benefit 4 times faster than the second option. All right. So while there are several types of creatine out there in the market, creatine monohydrate is your best option. You can definitely find other types of creatine out there, like the Buffett creatine, also known as what's it called, the creatine. All right, and then you have your creatine hydrochloride, also known as the HCl, and the creatine nitrate. For me, creatine monohydrate is one of the best studied and the most effective form for this particular supplement. Okay. Now, what if you don't want to take creatine powder and you want to find it through food sources? Well, there are a few food sources that you can get it from. So here are some few examples that you can get from. Beef. When it comes to food with creatine protein from animal sources, beef has the highest amount of this amino acid. All right. Every 450 grams to 900 grams of beef, it has around 1 gram of creatine. Okay. An important fact to note is that cooking the meat actually reduced the amount of this amino acid by about 5%. This doesn't mean that you should start eating your steak rare, like the Liver King. You can stew it, or you can just lightly blanch it. These are just two of the ways that I would recommend cooking, in order to help retain the best creatine level in beef, right? The other thing that you can get from would be salmon. Okay, another healthy source of creatine is healthy fatty fish that is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. So again, roughly around 450 grams of salmon, it has about 1 gram to 2 grams of creatine, while 1 kg of this fish will give you about 4.5 grams of creatine. Yeah, somewhere around there. Right. And the third one that I'm going to give you, it's one of the most common ones that we could get. All right. Chicken. All right. Chicken has the same levels of amino acid, which is about 4 grams to 5 grams per kilogram of meat. Okay. Like all meats, however, cooking reduces these levels of amino acid. It is sometimes suggested that you get free range chickens, right? Otherwise, from where we are, it's known as kampong chicken, as they are said to be foods with creatine in high amounts or food with better protein quality, right? So from here, you can see that at the end of the day, food with proteins are red meat, milk, or fishes, okay? Water levels may vary. As long as you're consuming these foods constantly in your diet, you will be okay. Okay. So, lastly, does creatine work? Well, based on my own experience, yes. And there are actually research that proves it time to time again. Even I would say, yes, it did work for me over time. All right. But remember, when it comes to supplementation, there has to be a cycle. Okay. Now, the type of creatine you choose depends on your body and your digestive tract. But for the biggest bang for your buck and power gains, 5 grams, 5 grams of the OG creatine monohydrate is enough. You just need to take it daily. And it's the smartest pick for you to increase your power, to have better endurance, and have faster strength gains, But as with any supplement, it is best to opt for moderate use and make sure you discuss it with a doctor first. Okay. But then again, you have to make sure that everything that you do has a cycle. All right. So that's it on creatine. And if you have any question at all, you can just drop us there. And if you have used creatine before, did it work for you? Did it not work for you? You can let us know why, what your experience is. All right. And that's it from me today. I'll see you all next week. Have a good weekend, everyone.